A very good morning to all of the student. Today we are learn about the second part of the topic ascent of sap, and in this part we learn about the transpiration pool theory. This transpiration pool theory is also known as the cohesion theory, and this theory is totally depend on two principles, that is nothing but the transpiration, and second one is the cohesion. So let us see one by one the theory of ascent of sap. Here in this part we start with the introduction. What is transpiration pool theory, or who discovered transpiration pool theory? Mainly this theory is proposed by an Irish botanist, and the name of that Irish botanist, that is the Henry H. Dickson, and physicist John Joly in 1894. It is a variously known as Dickson and Joly theory also. It is also known as the Dickson and Joly theory of cohesion. It is also known as cohesion tension theory, or it is also known as the transpiration pool theory. It is the one of the theory of ascent of sap which is widely accepted and fully supported by experimental evidences. It has a sound basis and has faced no objection at all. Many scientists like Ranner in 1950, Curtis and Clerk in 1951, Bonner and Glaston in 1952, Kramer and Kozlowski in 1960, Hamel in 1967, and Leavitt in 1969 have strongly supported and confirmed that ascent of sap is in the plant that occurs through the mechanism of transpiration pool only. So this is in short the introduction of transpiration pool theory. But this theory is totally depend on two principles or following principle, in which first one is the transpiration, second one is the cohesive force, and third one is the adhesive force. Let us see one by one what is its principle, or one by one the principle in detail. First one is the transpiration. What is transpiration? In short, transpiration is loss of water through the aerial part of the plant. Here it is in this internet figure, and this is the reference of the figure which is taken from the internet. Let us see in this figure the root is there, which is in contact with the soil, They absorb the water from the soil by the roots. Root absorb the water from the soil, and that roots goes in upward direction. As we know, that is the process of ascent of sap. But after that, when that water comes into the leaves, at that time what happens? At that time, when temperature is increases in the atmosphere, due to increase in temperature, the temperature which is present into the plant, they are also increases. Due to the increase in temperature in plant body, the water which is present into the leaf, they are converted into vapor form, and that vaporized liquid or vaporized water which is present into the leaf, that goes through the intercellular spaces and comes toward the stomata, and through stomata that water comes out the leaf and they goes into the atmosphere. That process is known as the transpiration. In short, this is the loss of water, and that loss of water takes place through the aerial part. That aerial part is nothing but the leaf, and on leaf, stomata, that is nothing but the small pores, many small pores or many small stomata are present on the leaf, and through that stomata the vaporized water or water vapor comes out of the leaf, and that process is known as the transpiration. And on the basis or on the principle of transpiration, this theory works. In this way, this is the first principle or first principle on which the ascent of sap takes place, transpiration. Second one is the cohesion and adhesion. They are combined processes and interlinked with each other, but they are somewhat separated. Let us see. These are the two molecule of water, and these two molecules are combined with each other due to a bonding, and that bonding of two water molecule, that is known as the cohesion. Let us see the definition. Force developed between molecule of same material is called as cohesive force. What? The force developed between molecule of same material. Here water molecule are same, and the force which is developed between them, that force is known as the cohesive force. Okay, this is the second point. And third point, it is the adhesive force. Adhesion, that means the adhere other molecule. Hence, force developed between molecule of different material is called as adhesive force. Okay, cohesion, molecule of force developed between molecule of same material, and adhesion, force developed of molecule of different material. This is the difference of the cohesion and adhesion. These are the two molecules, two different molecule, and the force is developed between these two molecule. For example, when water molecule is adhered to wall of U-tube, that is known as the adhesion. But when one water molecule attaches with other water molecule and force is developed between these two, that is the cohesion force. In this way, this is adhesion and this is water molecule, or the force between water molecule, that is known as the cohesion. And on these three concept, on these three principle, this theory is put on. Let us see one by one. The theory states that transpiration pull or tension, cohesion property of water, and hydration of cell wall, that is nothing but the adhesion. They are collectively responsible for ascent of sap. No, not only one principle, not only one concept, not only one force. There is the different forces are there. They comes together and ascent of sap can be takes place. Here, water movement through the xylem is a bulk flow caused by the pressure difference between the one end of system and the other. So ascent of sap can be takes place due to on these three principles. First one is the transpiration pull, second one is the cohesion property, and third one is the adhesion. In this way, this property or this theory is totally based on these three principles. Let us see one by one the important feature of this theory. First one is the cohesive force between water molecule. Here, the water molecule have a very strong mutual force of attraction, and that mutual force of attraction between the water molecule, that is known as the cohesive force. This is the first point. Second, this force is very high, and how much this force? This force is up to 350 atmospheric pressure, and it is very much for absorption of water from the soil toward the uppermost part of the plant. Here, because of this, the water column will never break and remains unbreakable even when subject to disturbances is occur between the water column. Because of this force, no any disturbances takes place between the water column. Okay, this is the second point. Third one is the adhesion. Adhesive force between water molecule and wall of Coulomb. That is nothing but the adhesion. Here, similarly, there is very strong force of attraction. And that strong force of attraction between the water molecule and wall of xylem, which is known as adhesive force. Due to this phenomenon of adhesion, water Coulomb remain held in the lumen of capillary. Lumen, it is nothing but it is a space between the capillary. Capillary, that is nothing but the xylem Coulomb. It is considered as a capillary, and the space between the xylem, that is known as the lumen of capillary. And hence, due to the adhesion, the water form a continuous Coulomb in the xylem region. Next point is the continuous water column due to the cohesion. Due to the cohesion, water Coulomb in the xylem tissue remains intact and continuous from root tip to the shoot tip and mesophyll cell of the leaves also. That means from root tip to the shoot tip or up to the leaf. This cohesive force can be here produced here or form here. Next one is due to this continuous Coulomb, heavy water loss takes place during the transpiration. As we know that transpiration, loss of water through aerial part of the plant, and so due to this transpiration a heavy loss can be takes place. Next one is this loss of water creates suction or pulling force. Due to the transpiration, loss of water, due to that loss of water creates suction or a pulling force on the topmost part of the plant, and that force or pulling force which is developed on the topmost part of the plant, that force is known as transpiration pull or transpiration force. Mostly force not, transpiration pull is there. The value of transpiration pulling force, it is very high. It is more than the root pressure or any other pressure. It is very high. Next point is the transpiration pull or tension created throughout the Coulomb. Due to the transpiration pull or tension created in the leaf, in transpiration through or due to the transpiration, a continuous water Coulomb from root tip to the shoot tip can be takes place. There is no gap between the water molecule. A continuous water molecule or water Coulomb or water force or continuous Coulomb of water can be formed here. When a motor is present or motor is present outside a well, that motor sucks the water and they form a continuous Coulomb of water throughout the pipe. Like this, xylem Coulomb is also form a continuous water supply, and that is only due to the transpiration pull. Next one is this force is responsible for ascent of sap. Hence, this theory is known as transpiration pull theory. Okay, only due to the transpiration pull force which is developed on the topmost part of the plant, and due to that force, this theory is known as transpiration pull theory. Beside that, thus the water Coulomb or this force of transpiration pull, that is nothing but the cohesion and tension which is developed on the topmost part of the plant. Then due to this force uplift the water and mineral from the root to the shoot continuously to any height of the plant. Thus the water Coulomb in the xylem tissue is under tension due to this transpiration pull, and because the value of this force developed is very high, it is up to 20 to 200 atmospheric pressure. It indicates that ability of this force to cause ascent of sap even in the tallest plant also. So this force is sufficient to absorb water plus mineral nutrient from root to any tallest plant. In this way, these are some important point of this theory. Next point is evidences, and in evidences there is a experiment is there, porous pot experiment. Again, this figure take from internet, and below this is the reference of this image. Here, before starting the evidences, let us see the osmotic pressure of mesophyll cell is more than 20 atmosphere, and which indicate that it is quite sufficient for ascent of sap even in the trees more than 200 meter tall. Second point, the process is purely physical one which does not require any metabolic energy. That means energy in the form of ATP. This process does not require the energy. Even if energy is required, it will be very negligible. And this theory states that no energy is required, but if required, it is very negligible amount of energy is required. The tension or the tensile strength of xylem sap is 25 to 300 atmospheric pressure, and this will be enough. This will be enough to avoid breaking of water column. So a continuous column, water column, can be formed due to this tensile strength of the xylem sap, because it is very high pressure, high force developed in that. Let us see these evidences one by one by a experiment, porous spot experiment. Here in this experiment, a porous spot is placed at the top of the continuous water column. This is a continuous water column, and in this continuous water column a porous pot is there. Let's see, this is the porous pot is there. This porous pot, it is present at the top of continuous water column, and the water is subjected to evaporated due to increase in temperature. Due to increase in temperature, water which is present in this column, that is evaporated. In this way, that water is evaporated, and the water column under tension does not break due to the cohesive property of water molecule. There is present of cohesive property between the water molecule, so a continuous column can be formed, and a similar kind of mechanism may be exist in the plant. In this way, it states that there is a such type of mechanism is present in the same plant also. Here it is a test tube is there, continuous column of water is there, beside the porous pot there is a transpiring twig of plant is there. Twig absorb water, and as the temperature increases, that leaves transpirate the water. Due to the transpiration, the level of water is decreases. In this way, this experiment said that the absorption of water or absorption of mineral nutrient, that process is totally depend on the transpiration pool or cohesion force. Okay, in this way, this experiment said experiment is explained here. Here these are some evidences here, but in each and every scientific experiment, if some scientist or a specific scientist put this theory, they give the evidences of that theory, and other group of scientists, they object that theory. But this theory is, as we see in the introduction, this theory is well explained and accepted by most of the scientists. So very less amount of objection is there of this theory. First objection, it is the chances of air bubble due to the variation in temperature during day and night and large vessels. What? Air bubble that can be occurred due to the temperature, because temperature it is not same in each and every hour of the day. So in some specific hour it is maximum, in specific hour it is very low, and it is not continuous. So some air bubble can be formed, and due to that the continuous column of water is not intact in the xylem vessel. This is the first objection. Let us see, is this true or false? due to the variation of the temperature during day and night, a large diameter of the vessels, there are the fair chances of entry of air bubble in the water cooler. But this objection does not stand true. Why? As the water in the xylem is under tension, any air bubble formed will be dissolved soon. What? Here it is said that as the water in the xylem is under tension, and due to that tension any air bubble formed, that will be dissolved soon into the water and will disappear quickly. The other explanation given for this theory, that is there are many xylem channel. As we see the structure of xylem is made up from the various components like the xylem vessel, xylem parenchyma, then tracheids, fibers. It is not only one column like structure or only one part. It is made up from the combine of the tissue. So xylem channel or conducting strand in the stem, the water continuous will be maintained by the side channel of the xylem. Side channel means the xylem strands. There is no one xylem strand is there. There is a group of xylem strand is there. If in one strand there is air bubble are formed, it is not considered because there are number of xylem coulombs are there. And in other strand there is no air bubble are there, and they form a continuous coulomb, which later on assume the normal track. So for very little time that air bubble are formed there or they are appear there, and due to the number of xylem tissues or number of xylem component, in a few time that air bubble become the dissolved there, they are disappear there, and so that a continuous water coulomb can be formed here. So this theory or this objection is rejected here. Second one is the due to excessive tension in xylem vessel, cavitation are occurred. Here it is said that under excessive tension which is developed in the xylem vessel, there are the filled with the gases. Cavitation can be occurred due to the gases, which is known as the cavitation. Here the Milburn and Johnson in 1966 proposed that this problem will be solved as there are many column of vessel running side by side. This theory or this objection is also rejected by Milburn and Johnson in 1966. What he gives supported point? He gives a supported point that he proposed that this problem will be solved as there are many column of vessels running side by side of the xylem vessel. So besides that, due to that, blocking of one or the other will not hamper the ascent of sap process. If in one part or one column there is a problem, there is a cavitation is occurred, but in other strand or in other column there is no cavitation. So and there are number of columns are there in the xylem column. So this is disappear again. So the cavitation is a temporary effect and it will soon be revealed when its rate of transpiration is decreases at night. The gases in xylem vessel will be dissolved and the continuity will be maintained immediately. It is explained by the Milburn and Johnson. So this objection of cavitation is also rejected here. In this way, thus the overall discussion and the evidences in favor of transpiration pool theory indicate that it is the only satisfactory mechanism for the ascent of sap in the plant. Okay, in this way, this is our transpiration pool theory. Again, like in each presentation, think about the picture and thank you. Thank you very much.